Hi everybody. Alright, so I come to you under dire circumstances. It's afternoon drinks, and I don't have any drinks. So we're here in my very kitchen. That wasn't great. There's Kristen.
Hi.
She's making tamales, which promises to be amazing. Here's our fridge, which is amazing. And here's the inside of our fridge, which I probably shouldn't show on national television, but there it was. Just for security reasons, not because I'm ashamed of anything in there, obviously. Let's see, I could drink applesauce. I could drink tahini, sour cream, milk. You know what? I think... Wow! Okay, so... This is actually exciting. I just dropped the bacon grease and caught it with my foot, and that was amazing. Alright, so I think it's gonna be another Thai tea day. I'm gonna do this one-handed. We're back. Set this up here. Hi, Katie. This is a super exciting one today, man. Glass. Ice. Last bit of this milk. And first bit of this milk. Whew. I always spill the first bit of the milk, except that time I didn't. And see, this is what I was talking about transparent drink receptacles. I love that cloudy effect. So I always rinse out the milk bottle before I put it in the recycling, because otherwise that gets yucky. And I apparently always recycle my milk bottles because I am a good person. I guess that's like the modern morality, is recycling stuff. Anyway, so here's my lovely corner, which you're all familiar with by now. Fortunately, I can't actually show you around because I forgot to lock my work computer, and I can't show you that stuff for security reasons. Very hush-hush. And we're back. Oh, man. Okay, bye. Good to see you, though. Cool. So I think that counts as today's introduction. And we continue to read from the Dream World Collective. Dude, I'm so bad at this. This is probably why I never got onto NBC. Also, I never tried in any capacity. Alex drifted slowly awake in deep darkness. The air around him was cold, and he rearranged the jacket he was wearing and the sweater he was using as a blanket. It didn't help much. He didn't mind. For the second time in a long time, he lay in the calm luxury of waking up from enough sleep. After a few moments of pleasant drifting, he rose to his feet and ascended the basement stairs. Summer was in the kitchen. She whirled on him. Where were you? We thought you... She trailed off, apparently unable to think of what it was they had thought. I was in the basement. Otto was snoring kind of loud. A sound like a huge pug in an echo chamber rumbled through the walls. Yeah, said Summer. So what's for breakfast? Asked Alex, looking around the kitchen vaguely. What is it with you people? Summer's harsh tone surprised him. Alex spent a moment puzzling it over, but his mind, so sharp at 4 a.m., was now too contentedly sleepy to pursue the question with much effort. I was just asking, he said. It's not like I've been living here that much longer than you, Alex. Summer wasn't quite snapping at him, but it was close. Yeah, I just thought that since you were already up, maybe... There's no heat or water, okay? And if I'm supposed to just randomly come up with something after Otto was kicking me all night and then Zen was kicking me all morning... Zen was kicking you? In his current mindset, Alex found that he was only capable of one reaction to life, whether Otto's snoring, Summer's annoyance, or Zen's alleged friend kicking, and that was mild interest. Yes, Summer replied forcefully. You just can't get away from feet in this place. And for some reason everybody just assumes I'm going to cook some wonderful breakfast. She was interrupted by another monumental snore, this one like a bullfrog falling down into a... Sorry. This one like a bullfrog falling down a deep well into noisy chainsaws. There followed a grunt, a confused mutter, and after a moment, a slow creak of floorboards. I swear, said Summer dangerously, if he... Hey guys... hey guys... Otto stumbled squintily into the kitchen. What's for... God! Oh my goodness, I'm not doing well today, guys. Sorry. I'll try and bring it together. I swear, said Summer dangerously, if he... Hey guys... Otto stumbled squintily into the kitchen. What's for... Don't say it, mumbled Alex in a sleepy attempt at urgency. Breakfast. Gah! Boys! Summer stamped her foot in frustration and shoved her way past Otto, who grunted quietly. Alex and Otto looked at each other for a long, bleary moment of silence, then shrugged. Girls, said Alex simply. Otto fumbled his way into a chair. Any ideas for breakfast? Alex asked. This received another grunt. Right. Alex was beginning to wake up now. His mind started formulating a plan. Okay, what we need is some kind of food we can eat raw, or a way to cook it. I say we assemble a search party. Otto, slumped at the table, made a sound that was half grunt, half snore. Stay with me, Otto. It took only a few minutes to find Summer and Sushi and bring them back to the kitchen. Okay, here's the plan, Alex said briskly. We've got some Jiffy Mix and I've got an Nalgene full of water. I think that's enough to make Johnny cakes if we can find a heat source. We'll split up. Sushi, you look downstairs. I'll take this floor, and Summer, you'll get the upstairs. Sushi snickered. Johnny cakes? What is this, Oregon Trail? Summer began laughing too. Want some corn pone with them Johnny cakes? Maybe we could just shoot some bison. Shut up. Alex felt his annoyance growing. He knew it was only because of the sleepiness and lack of food in strange setting, but the knowledge didn't change his mood. You guys want breakfast or not? Sure thing, Johnny cakes, said Summer. This got the girls laughing again. Alex tried to control his temper, but the few remaining traces of his good mood were shriveling under the girls' mockery. Fine, forget it. So much for the glorious communal ideal. Alex turned to go back downstairs in search of a heat source. Summer stopped laughing. No, wait, I'm hungry. What about Zen? Sushi reminded her. He's already... No, shut up. We can eat again when he gets back, Summer argued. Where's Zen? Alex asked. We sent him off to get some supplies, she answered. He won't be back for a while yet. It's fine. Fine. Summer upstairs, Sushi downstairs. Back in 10 minutes. Go. There isn't going to be anything to cook on upstairs, Summer shot back. I'll go outside and get some sticks or something in case we can find matches. Alex didn't bother pointing out that any sticks she found would be wet. She was probably right about the upstairs, and he was sick of arguing. He stalked out of the kitchen. A search of the ground floor didn't reveal anything that was of much use. The small bedroom in the back had a little space heater buried behind some flowery comforters in the closet. It wasn't until he spent a minute or two thinking about ways to cook using a vertical cylinder that Alex remembered that there was no power. The old-fashioned dining room table had a fancy silver candlestick with 3 tall candles in it. Taking this as a clue, Alex found a box of matches after some rummaging in the drawers of the sideboard. Not enough to cook over, but maybe enough for a small fire. If Summer's branches weren't too wet, which they would be. Alex sighed and returned to the kitchen. The girls were at the table. Any luck? He asked. I found these old preserves, said Sushi, hefting a couple big jars with faded handwritten labels. They'll be good on the... She struggled to keep a straight face. Johnny cakes. I found berries. Summer's bad mood had apparently evaporated. All the sticks were wet, but there's a big blackberry bush out back. I got some. Her hands in wide, girlish grin were stained with purple juice as she held out a bowl of berries. Good work, said Alex dryly. I found matches. The humor of the situation tugged at him, and he couldn't quite keep an ironic smirk from creeping onto his face. So close. He glanced around. Where's Otto? The girls shrugged. Suddenly a huge snore ripped through the walls. They turned to the pantry, then exchanged a confused glance. Alex walked over and opened the door. There, under the slope of the stairway, lay Otto, curled into a huge fetal position on the wide pantry floor. At the sudden burst of light, he started and moaned, "Freaking sunlight." He stretched, and his hand clutched reflexively at a pile of little metal cylinders stacked neatly by the wall. With a yell of triumph, Alex grabbed the can out of Otto's hand. "Sterno," he declared. "We're golden. Good work, Otto." Otto groaned in protest. Alex gently closed the pantry door. 12-foot waves crashed against the deck of the amphibious ship. Junior Minister DeMille stood his ground against the shuddering blows and ice-cold spray, an easy hand on the wheel. "Standish, status report," he shouted. 4¼ miles from the coast, sir." Standish was calm and precise as ever, the perfect manservant. "All cliffs, I'm afraid." "Engage the thrusters." DeMille's voice was steely, like his resolve, his eyes, and his bionic left shoulder. Standish glanced over the twinkling control panel with an experienced eye. "Sir, the guidance systems won't read the satellite matrix through this weather." "Then we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Engage." "Yes, sir. Stand by for contact in 3, 2, 1. The ship groaned and shuddered as massive twin thruster rockets exploded into ignition. DeMille tightened his grip on the controls. For 5 endless seconds, the thruster's roar of white noise blanked out the lashing storm, and they felt the sea try to hold them, until, amid a blaze of billowing steam, the ship launched out of the water and began gaining altitude. DeMille laughed aloud with the sheer thrill of open flight. Even Standish allowed a certain amused crinkle to crease the lower lid of one eye. The vehicle clanked and whirred as the deck changed shape around them and wings unfolded from below. DeMille plunged into a flickering cloud bank. "Von Einigenberg will never see us coming in all this." "Sir?" Zen realized he was at the grocery store. "Oh, sorry." He moved his little red wagon out of the way. He absently tugged the wagon, towing his wooden toy cat and duck, Standish and DeMille, behind him through the through the aisles. What had they said to get? Ooh.
Sample?
Yes. Thank you. This is a sample of masa. Would you like to say hi?
Hi. I'm making tamales for the first time in my life, so Ben is helping me. What do you think?
The flavor is very good. It's a little starchy on the texture.
It's gonna cook.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's delicious.
Does it have enough salt?
I think so.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. In times like this, let's see, so he absently tugged the wagon, towing his wooden toy cat and duck, Standish and DeMille, behind him through the aisles. What had they said to get? In times like this, Zen wished he had just a slightly better connection to reality. He tried to picture Sushi and Summer as they'd stood when they sent him off. In front of the garage, surrounded by a glorious explosion of autumn leaves with skeletal tree tops, reaching out to standing with their arms crossed, a mild pain in his shoulder-punching region. Bunions! That one triumphant thought sparked the rest. Soulful granola bars, milk, maybe cereal, and stuff. His eye caught a packet of goat cheese, and inspiration fizzed to life in his mind. We can do better than cereal. Oh, we can do better than cereal, Standish. It was a perfect culinary challenge, a brilliant breakfast, a breakfast worthy of their first meal together in their new home, to be prepared with no heat or running water. It felt right. It would be an effort, a pleasure, a tribute to their new life together. Let's see. Berries for Summer and goat cheese for Alex on some kind of little croquettes and maybe mint? 4 beautiful girls walked by. Well, 3 absolutely stunning and a 4th who was just a touch below average. Zen felt bad about thinking about her as below average, but reminded himself it was simply a fact of life built into the definition of average that not everyone could be above it. He gazed at the girls for a long moment, intrigued by the dynamics of the group. Was the less pretty girl a hanger-on trying for popularity by association? Maybe she was the brains, or her wits made her so attractive that nobody noticed her looks. For a moment he was sucked in again by the curious power of a beautiful girl's face. It never ceased to intrigue him how what was, in the end, just a configuration of shadows and colorful surfaces could so profoundly clutch at who he was and what he wanted in and out of life. By now the girls were in a different aisle, and Zen was still handling pairs by muscle memory. But his emotional mind was worrying, trying to sort through the strangely powerful longings a momentary brush with strangers could burn alive in him. Just a certain curve of the lip, a single clear-eyed glance, could suggest a vulnerability or sympathetic understanding that promised him the world, or better, the meaning of the world. He had to find out. Finding them in the cookie section, he trundled his wagon over and said, simply, "Hello." Two of the girls looked at him with quick caution, like people do when their attention is forced toward a stranger. The unpretty girl smiled. "Hi." She extended the word half dubiously, waiting to see where this would go. The fourth girl ignored him, absorbing peanut butter cookie labels. "What kind do you like?" Zen asked the unpretty girl, nodding toward the cookies. She had an oddly short upper lip that made her gums look too prominent, a cute nose, and frizzy yellowish hair. Her sudden smile was a little crooked, but not in a bad way. "I'm more of a Rice Krispies treat girl." Now the other girls had permission to look at him. Their expressions ranged from good-humored curiosity to suspicion. Zen only slightly acknowledged their presence. "I feel you. I'm into homemade cookies myself. Jam, fig, date, pretty much anything monosyllabic. And muffins." The girl glanced down at the wagon. "What are those?" "They're toys. I found them in a garage." "Come on, Les," said one of the other girls as they started moving down the aisle. "Is that short for Leslie?" Zen asked. The girl hesitated, growing uncomfortable. "Yeah. I'm Michael, but everyone calls me Zen." "Why Zen?" "Zennikowitz. Leslie's a pretty name. Thank you for talking to me." She smiled, a simple yet complex smile that reflected what he felt. They would never talk again. They were not made for each other, so it was okay, but it heightened the lack of the girl who was. Zen snatched a bag of cookies at random, then found Standish watching him. "What? The oven doesn't work yet. Besides, I'm an adult. I can buy myself cookies." Standish continued to regard him with wooden, feline disdain. Zen didn't last more than a few seconds before he put the cookies back. The smooth wooden curves of Standish's face suggested a smirk. "Oh, hush," said Zen. Well, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you are having a good week. Let me know what you're up to, how you're doing in the comments. If there's anything you're thinking about, anything you'd like to hear about or see from me. Have a good one.